Yo, what's up, everybody? We're back. Another episode of Lobo's Looks Live. Skeleton Crew, episode 5. How y'all doing tonight? I'm
Doing
still in
Good.
the
okay.
days. I'm still in the days from Christmas and eating too much and drinking too much.
Yeah, a lot of food.
Mhm.
I sat around all day watching movies. So, yeah.
Again?
Well, no, yesterday was a busy day and Christmas Eve was a busy day. So,
I just
today
I
was
need
the
a
lazy
recovery.
day.
I
it
needed
just
the
seems like
recovery day from the recovery day.
yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
Fair enough. Yeah, so we're a day later than we usually are. Um and still in that 7 p.m. window that we try to aim for. um we had this episode this week was what, one of the longer ones, right? It was like 40 something minutes.
Yeah,
40,
listed at 46
right?
runtime without credits, probably
Yeah, I think
39, 38.
credits started about 39 minutes.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah,
I wish they were all this
Yeah.
long.
Right? This actually felt like a decent length episode. It was like, oh, it's still going. Like every time, like I thought it was gonna end, and it just kept going.
Any Star Wars news this week?
No, I don't think so.
Nothing substantiated. That
Nothing. Yeah, nothing changed. There's a lot of Marvel news, but no Star Wars stuff.
Yeah, it is the holidays after all.
Yeah, I'm like racking my brain trying to think if there was something, but
Just rumors.
yeah, I mean it's just all the same
If I thought there was
unsubstantiated
any
rumors.
truth to them, I might discuss them, but they're not.
Yeah.
It's click churn.
Yeah, most of the discussions this week were just speculation on the next episode of Skeleton Crew. So
Yeah,
that's always
and also trying to scrum up some like clicks on like budget stuff.
yeah.
The budget stuff I heard was about Andor,
Oh.
but Andor
Yeah.
deserves a budget. So there's no drama about it on the internet because it's like, yeah, this is going to be good.
Yep.
But they also knew that they have, there's a finite window of show to make with that one. So it's nice that, like, you could have an actual solid plan and not just be like winging it like it seemed like they were doing for most of the Acolyte.
Yeah. I look forward
Oh.
to the cinema version of Andor if they do the premiere.
Yeah.
That's gonna
That
be...
actually did remind me there was another thing. Manny Jacinto did say that there was actually a 3 season arc that he was like privy to.
Oh,
Yeah, originally they were gonna try to make it 5 seasons total or something, or
Yeah.
a long show, but they got more realistic.
Maybe you should have used your good ideas right away
Yeah. Keep
instead of
people's
like
interest.
it's like I have a really kick-ass idea, but you're gonna have to wait 3 seasons to see it. I was like, no.
Yeah, I don't know. There is something to be said,
especially if they're already doing flashbacks.
there's something
Sorry.
to be said about short and sweet, like keeping the storytelling tight, and I think that worked in Endor's favor.
Yeah, well, Andor felt like Skeleton Crew is. It feels like a show that's made to tell several small stories that are one overarching, plot. But like all the stories, for the most part, like I don't know, it just works. It doesn't seem like, they're just kind of. I'm lost for words right now. It just, I don't know.
I think that this story should be as long as they need. No fluff. I don't like fluff. Like the Kenobi series was like a couple episodes too long. Probably could have been trimmed down.
Yeah,
Keep it tight and good, and just give us the best story. Because if they try to fluff, it's Andor would have been cool to have another season, maybe 3-season arc, but
What I really like, I know we're speculating on Andor now. We're not even talking about Skeleton Crew, which is what we're here for. But yeah, it's sorry, I totally derailed my train of thought by saying that. This is what you get when it's live.
we were talking about Andor,
And it's the day after
Yeah.
Christmas. Who can think straight the day after Christmas?
I don't even know
Right.
how I'm on this stream right now, honestly.
Right.
I just woke up and got
Right.
myself a drink, and I'm back.
Oh, that's what I forgot.
What?
My eggnog
water?
in my moose
Oh.
cup. No, I have my water.
The show's running on eggnog.
Yeah. Actually,
All right,
BRB.
All right.
So
Yeah.
the name of this episode. Did you? Unless there was anything else.
No,
Nope.
no,
Nope.
I don't think so.
Okay.
Nope.
So you have a lot to learn about pirates, and it is directed by Jake Schreier and written by Myung John Wessner.
All right.
And I'm not too familiar.
With either one of them?
Film career.
Yeah.
Nothing that I've really seen. Thunderbolts. He's the same director as Thunderbolts directed this episode. So there you go. That's up.
The upcoming Marvel movie, The Thunderbolts? Okay.
2025.
Cool.
And the other two films I haven't seen. So
Which are what?
Robot and Frank 2012 and Paper Towns 2015.
Wow. Those are the only other things that this person's directed?
Yeah.
That's a pretty big gap in work.
Oh, you know what it is? It's because he's a television director.
Oh, okay.
So he's done some other television programs I haven't seen or heard. Shameless.
Oh,
Shameless
that's
2016.
Oh, that was a hit. How much of that did he direct?
One episode.
One episode.
Oh, just one episode? Okay.
This is kind of how, directors come up these days. You gotta.
Yeah.
You do like a project and they see how you do, and Shameless being tied to Shameless is a pretty big deal.
Yeah. Yeah, no, there's a crap ton of directors that like, I don't know, that like the CW directors are all shared between all their shows. Well, they were when that was a network.
Oh, there you go. Also directed an episode of Beef 2023. So
Okay, yeah, that's another big hit.
that's probably around the time he might have directed this right before or after Beef. So he got recognized for that for sure. Like, okay. You want to do a Star Wars project? And another thing is
Right?
a movie takes like almost 2 years of your life for a director to do an episode, maybe a quarter of that, maybe 6 months to 9 months. So you don't have to commit yourself to like a feature.
Right. And
So that's cool.
And is any of that TV after this has been filmed? Because this was filmed, what, 2 years ago?
Oh, almost 3 years ago.
Almost 3 years ago?
Yeah. I don't know when Beef was shot. So but
Okay.
Beef was a huge show, so that makes sense. Like
That's the most recent out of the ones I heard you listing off that I could think of.
An episode of Shameless and Beef under this director's belt. So
Okay.
yeah, that's pretty
Cool.
good.
Also, we did episodes of Lodge 49, which is a pretty fun show.
There you go.
All
I
right.
haven't seen it, but yeah, Jacob Stacy, Schreier.
So I guess let's talk about the show. What do you think?
Yeah.
All right. So we start out with the parents of all the kids. Well, some of the kids. So we start out in the building where Wim's dad works. There's Wim's dad in this front cubicle there. He gets visited by Neil's mom. Right? Is that who that is?
Mm-hmm.
And she informs him that he needs to steal a password or a passkey so they could send a message off world to their kids, which we see them actually do in the trailers. Sorry, spoiler alert.
Well, is it a spoiler if it's in the trailer, though?
Well, I mean, if you're one of those people who like deliberately tries to not watch trailers, of course you know better than to be watching a review show on YouTube. But yeah, no, there's people that still, they like to see the teaser, like just some images without any plot given away. But once there's plot trailers, they don't want nothing to do with it. I meant to also mention before I get too far ahead, Wim's dad's office is, as you can see, there's Rhodians working there, Ithorians working there. I'm sure there's more people on that
Seeing
floor.
that Rhodian was oddly comforting, actually.
Yeah,
because it's a classic Star Wars alien, and you're starting to see like the ones that can coexist with humans, like they breathe the same air, apparently. So like you see, like you recognize an old friend there.
Well, yeah, but the thing that's cool is it's showing Rhodians and Ithorians in jobs that aren't criminal.
Yeah, they aren't criming.
Like not all of these, people are criminals. Some of them have normal jobs.
Okay,
do normal shit, have normal families.
I mean, normal for this planet, I guess.
Normal for this planet, but like
they're in some crazy stuff, actually.
I'm just saying their species are capable of it. Not they're all bad all the time.
But in Bad Batch and Rebels and all those shows, they've had like aliens that are not. They're like regular people or good guys.
But there's also the people that are watching this because it's not the cartoon. You wouldn't know. Like if you don't watch Rebels, you don't watch Bad Batch, you don't.
No, in live action, yes.
Yeah, it's nice to see it in live action. That's all I'm trying to say.
They're not all criminals and thieves.
Yeah. Oh my. But yeah. So Neil's mom gives Wim's dad, what's his name again? Wendell. Yeah. So here's Neil's mom.
They're a cute species.
Right? Why? Well, I guess it's been a few weeks since we've been at Disneyland. It was like, why aren't there toys for this yet? Like stuffed animals and all the.
It took a while, even after Baby Yoda came out. It took a while for him to.
I looked on the 20th just to see, but I didn't see anything.
Their turnaround is very slow.
Yeah.
On merchandise.
I didn't really expect to, but I did walk through Galaxy's Edge and kind of check the merch booths just to see
if there's anything new.
Yeah.
I guess let the merch lag because of all the spoilers they've been responsible for.
Yeah, merch, but I mean the show was made so long ago they could have.
I know.
I just thought with the holidays maybe they would wanted to take advantage of having stuff before Christmas or You
know how many
Star Wars at Christmas has never been on time.
Are sitting on shelves. Like they don't want to make something unless it's a sure thing.
I just had the thought that maybe Disney just wasn't interested in the raw capitalism of selling toys.
There is only one.
It has to make money.
There's only one toy that I know of that is for this show, and there's a Lego set. Of course, it's Lego.
Yep, the Onyx Cinder.
For the Onyx Cinder. Alex and Molly are building it over on Star Wars Explained right now.
Remember how long ago I showed you that?
Yeah, that was.
It was like a long time ago. It was like.
Yeah, at least a year and a half.
Yeah, I said this is available on the shelves. That was like the only one.
Yeah. Should have got it. Oh well. those big starships though, those are sometimes look like close to $200. Who's got that spend on a
and then
pile
you
of
have
plastic these days.
You have to store them. I don't know where, you have to have
That's
them.
what it was. It was like $200
Plus.
of plastic.
I have one of these big storage bins, like these they're stacked up behind me, full of just Star Wars Lego kits, just thrown into one big bin. They're probably all smashed up.
I'm sure our audience.
Are they in boxes or are they just all the pieces?
No, they're built. They were built.
Oh,
and
they're
put
built.
put in while they were built, like
Oh.
You
as
should just whip
assembled.
one out. You can,
There's going to be like piles. They're like going to be in halves, basically.
There's going to be some stuff
Like-
that's mostly intact. It's going to look like a battle took place. It'll be fun to start out one day.
There will be battle damage.
you can do a Twitch stream of you rebuilding one that's partially damaged. Or
Right?
maybe
I'll do a big floor dump of the whole bin and see what happens.
floor dump.
I'll put, you know what? I'll get a kiddie pool and just.
I'll tell you what happens. A safety hazard
Bin.
happens.
But yeah, let's back to the show. So Wendell's given a device to plug into the computer to steal
An access
key.
code for the
Yeah.
barrier, right?
Yeah, and immediately in plugging it in, the security robot on the floor. These guys are just creepy looking. I don't have any other.
They're the Big Brother robots.
Yeah, I mean, it's just the giant eyeball. It's, I don't know. It also kind of reminds me of that. I don't know if you guys ever watched the Venture Brothers?
No.
Mhm.
You know, ignore me. Remember that? Yeah, that's what it screams to me. But yeah, it's just.
I like the thing that he used it looked like a USB drive or something.
Oh yeah,
Like a
yeah.
giant keychain.
It's
He's got an IDE cable.
yeah. I was gonna say it's got
There's a
like
ribbon,
if you've
a
ever
ribbon
opened up
cable.
an older computer, it's every component that you would find. It's So, but he also has to put in commands and stuff. Oh darn it! I almost had a perfect shot of it. But so the droid comes over and he pulls it out real quick, and so there's that device.
Mhm.
And they do the old hiding the thing behind your back like you do with your parents when you're a kid and you're in trouble. Like,
He's not good.
what's in your hands? Nothing. Let me see your other hand. Like both at the same time. The whole
Industrial
it's like this
espionage
is
probably
ridiculous,
The last thing he was ever trained to do.
right? I mean, is he gonna? Yeah, it's just it's hilarious.
Literal nanny state.
But then he gets he's like, so he gets busted with it, obviously, and gets taken to Farah, and Farah does the exact same thing that we saw Fern do. She overrides the droid's memory, but this time she has him erase what happened, and that seems like that's against protocol, isn't it?
Also, probably why she powered him down right after that.
Yep. Because that's so it seemed like earlier that she had a lot more pull than she apparently obviously does.
Mm-hmm.
But like, here's another shot of. Sorry, I'm was a little bit distracted. I was trying to find that. I knew there was a nice shot of that. That would be a very easy prop to make if stores like Fry's Electronics were still around and you could just go in and buy components. But yeah,
I mean, there's yellow electrical tape and
yeah. I mean, you could just take apart an old, any piece of electronic garbage. But oh yeah, there's that. That's the commands. But Wim's dad makes sure, he makes a point that the overseer is not going to help them. It's fairly obvious that they haven't done anything yet. They're not going to respond about it. And Fern's Farah's, so what's the plan? Then and that's the end of the cold open. Which I like the cold open being like the parent story, and it's just kind of relegated to that. And the rest of it can just the kid stuff. I like that structure choice, but it makes me wonder how much of this, the parent stuff, is actually like, is that second unit all the same person directed that? Because it all seems like that could have been one day, not one day, but one, part of the filming that's like its own episode and just spliced into the other
maybe
ones.
there's going to be a parent episode.
As long as it's not called Parent Trap.
The Parent Trap. And they're gonna say it in the episode because that's the way it's gone for this show.
Every title of every episode is a line spoken by somebody at some point in the episode, including this one, which is, you have a lot to learn about pirates. And whoa, what was that, Daniel? I'm rambling too much tonight. Sorry about that, guys. So we get to the kids. The kids got SM-33 tied down, and they get a little bit of bickering between Fern and Jod.
Only because they're both scared to turn him on.
Yeah. Yeah. Fern calls Jod out, and then Jod calls Fern out. So Fern says, KB, can you?
To which she replies with a sharp look, but then says nothing and goes ahead and does it.
The actress that plays KB is killing it. She's like, a lot of people are like, oh, Neil's stealing the show. For me, it's KB. She's stealing the show.
Yeah, and it's funny because it's like not underacting, but it's very subdued acting.
Yeah, it's like she's acting like a kid, but like chill at the same time. like, and we've seen, it's Christmas season. Home Alone's on a lot. So a lot of I've been witness to a lot of children acting lately, and they're
doing a competent job for sure.
Yeah, this cast of kids is a good choice.
Fern still gives me Max vibes from Stranger Things. I don't know what it is about her. Every time I see her, I think of Max.
She's got gumption.
Yeah.
All right. So KB turns on KB. I mean, KB turns on SM-33. And this is his he wakes up. What do you want? Like, it's not the normal droid wake up, but it's very fitting. I guess I skipped that too. KB had rewired or bypassed some kind of circuit in SM-33 so he wouldn't attack.
Yeah, probably that one that was telling him to like rip apart everyone who
he seemed to have reverted to like a more like aggressive brainstem mode. Just attack and destroy. So she kind of fixed that.
Well, I think it was partially the command that Fern gave 33 when she had him like she like a system override and told him to remember everything about Atten.
Kent says I remembers no Atten.
But
that definitely triggered the program to destroy or seemingly destroy.
Which now we know is fairly typical for the owner of this droid.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, that guy was pretty...
But he's very helpful once he wakes up.
Yeah.
Just kind of says something like, those were the old captain's orders.
Yeah,
Mhm.
that's exactly what he says. And
Immediately proves that those ropes were completely useless.
yes,
Yes.
yeah, yeah, because as soon as she says, "Take us to the old pirate's lair," he just sits up.
Well, I was
snapping every
wondering
rope.
about that before. I was like, droids are not going to be held down by ropes, right? Noobs still. So,
Not a droid like him, no. But like
right.
C3PO would
I
have
was
a
just
hard
going to
time.
say C3PO would be stuck.
Yeah.
I know enough about Star Wars to feel like he would be stuck calling for R2 to help him.
Yeah, certain droids tied down are totally screwed. That's why they had him like chain crucified in the pirate's lair. Like that, this is a little. It's keep his feet off the ground and his arms restrained with chain.
Mhm.
He'll stay put. He'll struggle a lot, but he'll stay put.
Yeah.
Don't get near his feet. He'll wreck you.
Mhm.
But yeah, it was pretty funny. And then while he's flying them back for him, it's back. For the rest of them is
They think they're going home, right?
well, no, they think they're going to a place that they are definitely going to get the route home.
Right. To Skull Mountain or whatever it's called.
Well, it's at and they're going to the
Kent says, I remember. No.
right. Oh yeah, but yes. So, SM33 mentions the name, his captain's name finally.
Oh yeah.
Tack Renaud.
Yeah, I didn't catch it. They said it a couple times and I couldn't catch it.
And
I'm getting deaf.
I didn't catch it either, to be honest, until the end.
Their accents were thick too.
Yeah.
That doesn't help.
But Jod reacts immediately to the name.
Yeah.
And then he looks around like, oh, this is that ship.
Yeah. And we finally get the name of the ship, for the first time in the series. Took them 5 episodes to get to name the ship.
Oh, it really wasn't named in the show at all?
No, it had never been named.
Huh. I could have sworn I heard the Onyx Cinder somewhere else. Was it just from the Lego?
It just from the Lego. That's the only reason people knew what it was called.
Wow.
So, good old Lego.
Mhm.
But yeah, SM33 gives the whole lowdown on how everything went with the old captain and
there was some storytelling in this.
There was some storytelling involved, and a concubine was mentioned, and the kids immediately asked Jod, "What's a concubine?" And he's like, "Enough story time for tonight." Because they probably wouldn't have, the knowledge of concubines on a planet like At-Aten.
And it's Disney Plus, so they're probably not going to explain what.
They'll never. Don't
worry about that, kids.
Yeah.
They'll never. But in Disney, we've seen 2 houses of ill repute that we've never seen in the theater. We got one earlier in this series when they got to the pirate planet or whatever it was called. And
Andor starts in one.
And Andor's first episode is in one. So yeah. Or in that district at least. But yeah, so maybe they're going to change the Princess Leia the slave gear to concubine gear. So they're not using the S word.
I think they already have.
I've seen it written as entertainer. I've seen that as the. I mean, it's not incorrect.
Leia prisoner.
That is worse.
Yeah.
Outfit.
No, it's not as culturally insensitive, but that's pretty bad. Why not just call it Lap Dance Leia? I'm sorry. I'm sorry to all women out there who idolize Leia.
I mean, you're not wrong. So SM-33 starts describing what the planet is, that skull, what is it called again? Skull
Mountain, wasn't it? Or am I?
Skull Ridge.
That's what I'm gonna call it.
Skull
Mountain.
Ridge, yeah. Skull Ridge. Bubbling pits of mud and pools of acid and all kinds of stuff. So, it's supposed to be a scary spot.
A real pit.
Yeah, a real pit.
We'll get to it.
And yeah, no, I'm gonna try to speed it up, Dan. Don't worry.
No, I didn't want to jump. I didn't want to jump ahead because the whole skull. I had seen some production stills or something a year ago with some of the locations we saw in this episode. So now it's
all coming together.
Putting a name to a place that I've seen. Yeah.
Yeah. But once all that's described and the story is ended, Wim kind of goes off and has a little cry to himself and starts flicking through his comfort toy, and Jod gives him sort of a weird pep talk. I don't even know what it is, but he tells him.
Yeah, it was a very interesting and strange conversation. He just basically tells him to forget everybody he cares about because it's easier that way.
Here's the thing. It may seem that way, but he's literally giving him so you want to be a Jedi, huh? These are the things you actually have to do as a Jedi youngling.
Yep.
That's the path forward for what he wants.
Because I don't know if you know this, the Jedi, children who are Force sensitive are taken from their families when they're very, very young.
Mm-hmm.
By force.
They're strongly encouraged.
Yeah, and Jedis have Jedi mind trick power.
And then they go through that whole thing that we saw in the Acolyte, because that's where the only place where I would have seen that.
Yeah, kind of.
So the idea is if you don't get them early, they could become dangerous later if they don't know how to control their powers. So that's their argument.
Yeah,
right.
You need to educate them,
right?
Because
and make them
whenever they get pissed off, they're gonna knock down the entire building or something, or who knows what.
Yeah, and the earlier you get them,
they're easier
to as soon as they could walk, basically, then that's when you get them. Because then you don't have to wheel them around; they can walk.
Mm-hmm.
And so he doesn't tell him anything that's like you said, unlike Jedis, but so many people are comparing what he said to Qui-Gon Jinn, and they're like, "Oh, is this connected? Does this prove that Jod is a Jedi because he's instilling this just forget about him mentality?"
Yeah. The more wise he was in this scene, I was like, "Oh, they're setting up a betrayal or something."
Right?
I actually didn't think, and I don't want to get ahead of it, but I didn't think we would see that in this episode, or so early in the season. But
what do you mean early? This is episode 5. We're just past the halfway part. Mm-hmm. This is when it's like, if you thought stuff was rough before, the S is hitting the F right now.
I thought it would happen late. Anyways.
Well, we're supposed to get, according to interviews and stuff, we're supposed to get a large chunk of Jod's backstory in episode 7. So, and that was from an interview with Jude Law. So,
okay. So there'll be a parent
that would be cool.
And there's going to be a Jod episode. Got it.
Yeah. Jod centric.
Jod centric, and then parent centric episode. And then it's all going to meet.
I hope there's not too much of a parent centric one.
Who knows? They're in a 1984 dystopia nightmare scenario. That might be.
They
some
don't
good
even know that
storytelling.
they're in a nightmare scenario. Everything seems cool to them.
Yeah,
They're
And
living in like
Well,
they're
Wim's
living in a soap
yeah, a little
bubble,
bit.
you know?
Yeah.
they're
Their
kind of
existence is perilous, and they
they're
don't
kind
even
of pushing
realize how
back a little
perilous.
bit. They're being naughty.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So they get to the planet that's supposed to be this pirate lord's hideout, and it's basically they're showing up at Club Med. Like it's there's
What's the name of the planet?
the planet is
Lanupa.
Nupa or something?
Lanupa.
Come on.
You
I
know,
had to cut off the subtitle from this one. Like, welcome to Lanupa.
I'm just getting stuff from online, but the ships that intercept them, or the yachts that they see, the pleasure yachts, are kind of reminiscent of Lando Calrissian's Lady Luck, which is like from
yeah.
out of the universe. Reminiscent. It's not exactly. They're not exactly, but they.
Yeah,
look
no,
like the same
I
class.
feel like so I used to play Star Wars Galaxies, and I feel like there were ships that kind of look like here I'm trying to bring it up. Oh, come on, work.
No matter what you pull up, I'm gonna say
I'm pretty
a pirate
pretty
galley.
I'm pretty sure I had a ship that looked like that in Star Wars Galaxies.
I just
Not
like how it
100
immediately says that, like, yeah, that's obviously a pirate ship.
Yeah. It's just yeah. It's but there's also I like these. I guess they're kind of like cop cars. This scene's very reminiscent of when the Millennium Falcon's flying into Bespin for the first time, and the twin cab cloud car things pull up alongside of them. But this looks like there's
It definitely was. I definitely felt like, yep, cops are here. You're not home.
You just got rolled up on by the popo.
Yeah, pretty much.
And they give him the warning, this is an adults only planet. But also I think right here when Jod, Lanupa, he's even heard of this place.
Yeah.
Like this is you don't
This is Star Wars equivalent of Ryza from Star Trek, the pleasure planet.
Yeah, pretty much. If you got the money, they'll make things happen for you.
Yeah, I agree. It's kind of a naughty planet, like adult spa. They even explicitly say that no kids.
You're gonna see some naked aliens, kids. There's gonna be like anatomy you don't even know how to explain.
Right? You just saw something extremely vulgar and you had no idea.
Pretty much.
But we get look at this place. That's the Onyx Cinder landing right out front. It's like, I don't know. It's like Cousin Eddie's Winnebago. It's
yeah, right. It's such a beautiful place. I gotta say, you can't tell so much from this low res stream feed, but the special effects and the CGI in this is like cinematic quality. And I know a lot of episodes have been looking good, but like this is noticeably no notes. Like it looks great. Like this could easily be on a movie screen and with the budget they have and the quality.
Yeah, these are definitely these yachts are pretty much from what I remember about the Lando's Lady Luck. It's pretty dead on.
Pleasure yacht.
Good old Lando.
I do hope we see a show from them or a movie. I know it's stuck in development hell, but I hope that one makes it through at some point. Because it's just it's like a rich gold mine of material. It could be funny, adventure, like the smooth talking guy.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. That's a whole other discussion for
I hope BlahBlah
its own
sees
stream.
Solo at some point, so she'll get to see a little bit of that.
I appreciate the next shot of when it's actually landing on the pad and the welcome crew, like the welcoming committee comes up and it's like leaking grease and all kinds of other crap.
The hubcap falls off.
Yeah, the hubcap.
It's like the hubcap. There's like a big old like snot that falls out of it. Like,
yeah, this is it. This is it leaking right here. I don't know if you can kind of see on the far left there. There's there's a bit of funk, and then the woman who we see in the back of in this shot, she turns around and has this. Well, she has it before she even turns around. The look on her face is just she's
creepy.
Just, oh man,
disgust.
And she turns around. She's like, alert the cleaning crew. We might have a situation.
Or
the sanitation.
Because of Christmas, we just watched Home Alone 2 the other day. She reminds me of that lady in the hotel. Like the at the desk.
Totally.
Like, who are you, child? Same kind of attitude.
Contact waste removal. We may have a situation.
And then turns around with her creepy fake smile. So immediately you know that something's weird here. At least that's what I felt. I was like, okay.
She's only there.
Yeah.
It's people playing nice.
You don't know. Maybe it's like some eccentric with a ton of money in their like antique ship.
No, she probably sees all kinds of like gross aliens, and this is like, okay, put on the smile.
Yeah, I mean, she's got to deal with huts. I mean, she's got to deal with whatever, because the thing with the tail. Cathalops, yeah, that thing.
He seems a pretty cool dude though.
So yeah, but not at first. But we get Jod comes off the ship and introduces the kids as wise elders from some weird planet, and instead of coming down the ramp, they ride the loader claw.
I thought it was funny.
Which
just to make sure you remember that thing, because it's going to come in handy later.
It's reinforcing
its usefulness.
Chekhov's gun. And it's just they're dressed in pirate clothes that were left behind, but none of them
like in those clothes.
Oh, I'm sure at least 2 or 3 people died in one of those outfits. Wait, yeah. But the hat that Wim is wearing is definitely the captain's hat, which technically Fern should be wearing, shouldn't he? So obviously these kids don't know what a pirate captain is supposed to look like.
I don't think they know much about anything being on that island.
Nope.
They don't respect rank.
Right?
They remind me of the druids from Space
Force. So Disney security decides to give them the shakedown. I mean,
only some of them are like that.
Yeah, they get it's usually cranky older people, but and that one chick. Sorry. They I mean, they're not even really hiding their faces very well. I mean, I guess that's for us so we know who's who, but John also says that they can't speak basic. So they make up some weird gibberish thing that they do, but they still kind of talk to each other
in basic.
Yeah, in front of like it just they are they don't know the first thing about espionage.
They don't know how to be spies. They don't know how to be pirates.
Yeah.
No, we don't even know if any of those things exist on AT-AT, and the way it seems, that place is a little weird. I mean, but I guess Wim knows about Jedi, so they must have some lore.
What is so this alien here? Look, I couldn't get a non-blurred look of their face, but like I've never seen this alien before.
Yeah, cool.
So-
creature design.
Oh wow, Travis, what's up, dude? Yep. Hope we did, and hopefully you did as well. It's been a while. Yeah.
Happy holidays.
So is this, Jod's happy. He's got
He's got an alien margarita.
he's got an alien margarita. What is that fruit? We don't know.
Mm-hmm. I was telling Blah Blah they were probably going to have that drink at
You
Oh
assume,
yeah, Ogres.
you
Yeah,
assume that that's a fruit, but that might actually be like some kind of caterpillar looking thing.
Uh-huh.
Gross.
Or
That's
it's
how-
like a tentacle.
Before they get off the ship, doesn't Jod mention something that this might not go the way? I don't know what his exact wording was, but like empty your pockets. We need all your old Republic
yeah.
credits on hand.
Yep.
Exactly. I'm gonna need all your credits to get us through this. Which I still wouldn't have given him all the credits.
Everything.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
It was a survival situation.
Yeah.
And they're kids, and they don't know yet.
come on,
Well,
there's bribes to be paid.
yeah.
Exactly. The
Which we obviously
proverbial
see
the
are very much needed.
tip for a seat.
Mhm.
Like, I mean, yeah, I mean, Chandler Bing went through most of his life without having to do that.
I just watched that episode.
But so after when they get the shakedown, Jod's big old knife gets taken from him, which he calls a little knife, and put it off to the side. And SM-33 is fitted with a restraining bolt, and we finally see a restraining bolt kind of in action, which is pretty cool. Every time
Dewey.
he gets like what 3 or 4 times where he tries to
Overcome by homicidal rage.
Yeah.
And then gets restraining bolted.
like he actually hasn't even really started doing it. He just has like the program triggers it, which is pretty funny. So they
It's
go
like
in
every time he starts thinking about strangling.
right. It's so they get the little lowdown from the hostess saying that pirates used the legend is pirates were the previous owners of the spot and had a secret base below it, and the kids get a look at the mud baths. Oh, I skipped that. When they first go in,
It threw me off when he was landing and he was like, "Oh, it's right the peak over there." But I guess the joke is that it's a spa now, right? Like,
yeah,
He's like, "They ruined."
Yeah.
they ruined it. Like,
He was so pissed.
They
So,
always ruin everything, so
so you can see in the foreground here, this is a 4-armed harp player,
Oh, very cool.
and people were speculating that she might be the same species as Ben Quadraneros in episode 1, the pod racer with 4 arms.
You mean the Phantom Menace, right?
Episode 1, yeah.
No, whenever I say episode anything, you're like, be specific. Blah, blah, blah.
But yeah. Oops.
So I was just mentioning it. That's Phantom Menace for the. Newbies.
Yeah, the Phantom Menace. I got lost again. Sorry, guys. Live, you know.
You're not lost. You're on a planet. They're looking for the. They're looking for the place. What's funny is that all of his aliases, man.
Yeah.
Dash Zenton.
Yeah.
Godwin
So yeah,
Zhang.
so he's trying to check in, and he's tipping the woman off, and we get this other bounty hunter person. Oh, come on.
Somebody recognizes him, right?
Mhm.
Yeah. Here we go.
And the kids even mention, how many names does he have?
Right? Like, what the hell is going on?
This character's name is Pocket. They haven't said what species she is.
A very Star Wars name,
yet.
Pocket.
Yeah. Pokkit.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is how her name is spelled in the subtitles. But
And
this what this
friggin' Kelly McDonald.
Mhm.
yeah. This is the voice of the lead character in that movie Brave.
Mm-hmm.
Little Scottish warrior chick.
Yeah,
I
but
don't think
she's
I've ever seen the whole
also
thing.
Yeah.
I've seen clips. My nephew's been watching that stuff.
There's a video game for it, you know, because it's a game for everything. It's the only reason I know it.
Achievements.
Of course. So she calls him Dash Zenton and tells him, you know, well, she calls him out for leaving her in a pit of leeches. Is that what she says? And
Something
then,
like that.
and she just want to make sure there's no bad blood. And says that she doesn't work for the Bounty Hunters Guild anymore. She hasn't even checked the pucks. But she's working for a private financier now, who we shortly learn is just, you know, she's just a, you know, freelancer, basically working for whoever. And
she's bitter about it.
Once she walks away from Jod, he's the hostess person. She's like, what was that name that you said again? And he just basically gives her seemingly all of the credits that he has taken from the children. Which,
well, she also warns the children not to trust him, right? Which it's been a running theme with most of the other people that we've met on the show, is that they all have told the kids not to trust him.
Yep.
There's a pattern emerging.
Yeah. I mean, the only no one's not told them that they've met on this journey.
His Yelp rating is low. 1 star or less. Would not recommend to a friend.
No. So, but he realizes that she's going immediately to let whoever she works for know that he's there. And the kids, like any kid you take to the
apparently
they're jumping on the bed.
Oh yes. Apparently a Pocket uses a familiar Huttese insult. Just just something from
she says don't trust this Slimo, which is something that Anakin calls Sebulba in episode 1.
The Phantom Menace.
Yeah. And we get Jod. Okay, so before the kids are jumping on the bed, Jod and SM-33 are still talking about the possibility of the layer still being intact underneath the hotel or the spa, whatever you want to call it. And the kids are just jumping on the bed, and we get the little clip from the sorry, there's a popping noise that's distracting me.
It is a funny moment, but he is right. Like, they should be concentrating. But it is a funny moment. They're just being kids for a minute.
Yeah, but there's a moment from the trailer. He's like, "There's a murderous group of pirates coming after me." I can't, you know, all that from the trailer. But he also was like, "Have you listened to anything I said? What did I just say?" And they repeat, "Have you listened to anything I just said?"
Was that one of the later trailers?
It's
like
one of the
one.
one of the more recent ones.
I feel like I missed that trailer.
So they argue about. No, I just meant one of the last ones, one of the more recent ones. They start arguing about who's searching what group, what's the grouping going to be like. Wim's like,
I want to go to the sensory gymnasium.
No, Wim was. I wanted to search the buffet.
Mm-hmm.
Wim and Neil actually want to go search the buffet, but they finally agree on two separate groups.
Was it to me? It was like I would go to the place called the spa.
Yeah,
and also shows them the symbol for Ad-Atten that they're looking for, right?
Oh, the symbol for the pirate. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, you'll know you'll find the entrance to the pirate slayer when you find his sigil. But we get a shot of Pocket reporting what she knows to the werewolf dude. What's his name again? I forgot. Brutus. That's
remember.
it.
Brutus.
It's Brutus.
Just think of Popeye.
Yeah.
Nobody in the audience knows what Popeye is.
Well, Popeye is actually coming up on his 100th birthday. He's going to be public domain next year, either next year or the year after.
Maybe so it'll be like Popeye murder movies coming out.
Yep, there's going to be
like that evil Winnie the Pooh movie that we watched a trailer for that looks like it looks so bad.
But see, I could see an R-rated Popeye that would be, oh man, that could be pretty gnarly.
Yeah,
like just the whole, like in a good way, like especially if they like bring in like the sea hag and all kinds of weird. Talk about that later. So we get a hut in a mud bath being served by this mousy looking frog faced or fish faced thing. I don't even know what that is. And he decides to eat the waiter instead of
I don't know if you caught it. But the waiter was like, not again.
Yeah. So how does he get out? If this is
unclear,
like happened in multiple
he's very
times.
hard to digest. He's very hard to digest his feces.
Right, but does he come out the entrance or the exit? Right? Like yeah. So yeah. So the kids they're witnessing this and just thoroughly disgusted. The breakdowns being Fern and Wim are with SS-33, Neil and KB are with Jod, and they finally show us the Sith writing on the wall, which is cool. And Wim and Neil are using their walkie-talkie toys to communicate with each other.
Wow, it's Sith writing. I have like the nerds.
This is right. This is people have been talking about this since this is also in one of the trailers. I see. And Neil notices that the guards are looking at them, and I'm trying to get. I hate when this isn't working the way I want. There's the Muns, which is the baking. Oh yeah, I skipped that. The banking clan is also here at this hotel right now, and the fake name that Jod uses is a member of the banking clan,
Professor Gorlox.
Professor Gorlox, exactly. And everybody in the banking clan from the planet Scipio is a Mun or a Moon. I'm not really 100% sure how to pronounce it.
7 feet tall.
Muun is the spelling of the word. So we see a couple of those guys in the mud baths, which is kind of weird. And they decide to try to run from. Okay, sorry, I'm all over the place. They get. Sorry. They get trapped on the walkway by one of the guards. Here's the shot I was trying to find. You see a whole bunch of muds, and it looks like maybe an Athorian up in the top right corner.
Yeah.
Are all just kind of cruising around in the mud baths.
I mean, it makes sense. They work hard, play hard, right?
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
it's the banking clan.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
Hey,
they got the money. It might not be their money, but they can spend it, right? So basically, the jig is up, and they know that they're caught. And
yeah, that was it. Pocket that wastes no time turning them in.
No,
not at all.
Not at all.
She's like, I'm not even looking at the pucks anymore. And, like, immediately goes to like pull up their bounty.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, yeah.
Right. So Jod and KB and Neil are running from security. Meanwhile, why is this messed up like that? Wim, KB, and Fern end up in a dark cave of a spa room and run into the Catholips fella. But not.
Oh yeah. What's his name again?
I'm trying to find a subtitle that's got it written out. But
Pavlos or something?
yeah, it's like it's like CTHA.
Whatever. That big guy. His
Yeah,
big
that big guy,
wormy
but
mud dude.
right before that guy, Fern finds this. This is the sigil for the pirate.
Very Goonies.
It is very Goonies. Very, very Goonies.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I mean, there was no hiding in this episode. It was a full-on homage to that. The tunnels and the booby traps and all that.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Right. So, but that creature, he's like, you don't smell like the attendant. So Wim radios Neil saying, we need help because, you know, they see this thing and SM-33 can't do anything because he tries to, the restraining bolt goes off.
Mm-hmm. So
we cut back to Jod and the kids running, and they get caught by this extremely tough-looking squad of security guards.
Oh, so tough. It's like the nerdy uniforms that the New Republic has.
Well, to me, it reminded me of the guards on Bespin.
Mm-hmm.
You know, the
It's
Cloud
like
City, the Cloud City guards.
Generic, high class guards.
Yeah.
But
so
their helmets look like the thing that Clark Griswold greases up and rides down the mountain all the way into the parking lot at Walmart.
it does. Just slightly smaller, but pretty.
Sorry, I had quite a large little cup of eggnog there, so.
So we get they're trapped. So KB whips out her wrench and
What are you gonna do with
in a
that,
threatening
kid?
manner. What are you gonna do with Matt? So she decides to here's
Have a good look.
she's got
Yeah,
her wrench
everybody
out
laughs
there.
at her.
Yeah, and she's like, you know,
Maybe she didn't
she's
even
quick.
know.
She didn't know, but she looks at the pipe rigging and makes the educated choice of which bolt to twist, and she gets her
She has,
wrench
like,
on there.
Got GPT like in her glasses that tells her
Yeah.
which one to.
Yeah, it's like
Yeah.
it's auto
I hope
analyzing it.
that kind of stuff comes in. I'm sure at the end of the series, it's all going to come together, and she's going to figure out something, and Neil's going to be brave, and Wim's going to have a good idea, and it's all just going to, love it when a plan
Well,
comes together. That
I
kind of thing.
mean, hopefully it. Yeah, so she's responsible for
Travis.
that. That's just,
Did you see Travis's comment?
Yeah, right. Those those mud baths can't smell good.
no, there's no way. But hopefully it's not all flammable, right?
It's just burning hot mud. It's no big deal.
Just burning hot mud.
Those guys are
just gonna incinerate a tree. So, but that starts steaming, and they think they're. Oh yeah. So that happens. Jod turns around, punches the other security guard, and then they turn back to the smoke to see SM-33 come out, and the SM-33 brings Jod, KB, and Neil back to where Wim and Fern are hanging out with Catholips or whatever his name is. And Catholips busts the has that happened yet? Am I jumping ahead? Yeah, Catholips breaks a hole in the floor where the seal was, and they head on down. But while that's going on, we also get Captain Brutus's guys led by Commander Urkel, or I don't even know what is it Gunter? Is that what his name is? Or Gunter?
Yeah, I like how they blow up the reception welcome committee.
Yeah,
just like no, we're not dealing. We're not going to listen to your little announcement.
Don't bother.
Just blast you out of the sky.
Yeah, we get. This is Gunter's ship getting flanked by the security, like the Onyx Cinder did, and it's just a nice little no thanks. No thanks. We don't need you no more. And
that's some good laughs.
Yeah, it is some good laughs. And
the mud thing was a kind of a little like fantasy kid cartoony, but I'll forgive it because I like the show so much.
What do you mean?
The scene earlier, just a moment.
Oh, KB opening the fire hydrant, basically.
But she's that good. She's that good.
Maybe she watched Home Alone.
Right?
She got a quick idea.
Yeah. So we get the pirates land, and this person's just not happy. But it looks like they cleaned up. Did they clean up the Onyx Cinder? I'm sorry, I just noticed that it looks like a lighter color.
They scrubbed it.
Yeah, maybe they did.
The pools of sludge.
Because there's this R2 unit like cruising around back here too. It's like
that makes sense.
They did
paid so much for their room.
Right.
They paid so much for every last credit they have of like priceless.
Well, here's this is the reason I bring this up is I was hanging out over on Guy Who Loves Star Wars chat earlier today, and there was a discussion about a scene from a an upcoming a trailer from an upcoming episode, and it looked like the cockpit for the Onyx Cinder, but it was like immaculate. And they're like, well, why would the pirates take this ship? And because it looked like Brutus's men were on it, like it was crewed by pirates, not by the kids. And they're like, is this a flashback? What is this going on? Or maybe they actually, the spa cleaned the ship.
Possible.
Maybe.
Guess we'll find out next week.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Oh yeah. Yeah, they were talking about this also earlier today on that other show I was hanging out on. Yeah, the Kenobi's brother thing. I don't know if that's really true or if he was just referring to Anakin. But we'll never know. Maybe we'll know, but I don't expect to. I think they're just gonna let that.
We got to hear Wizard again in this episode.
Oops. Get myself. Oh yeah, they use the word
don't worry,
when the kids walk in the room. So SM-33 leads the crew through Captain Renaud's tunnels. So it's back to Goonies mode. Kids crawling through caves, looking for a pirate treasure.
Watch your step.
And they find, oops. They find a skeleton. They find a repulsor lift that throws people up into the ceiling, into a bed of spikes, which is
sweet.
It's
sweet.
Yeah. Oh yeah, and security makes their way down there. See, actually, I misspoke. Security is the one that finds the spike trap.
They find the decapitation trap.
Yeah, the kids find the penitent man is.
It's
sorry, the Indiana Jones trap.
100% intentional because this Lucasfilm.
Yeah. So now we see Pocket with Commander Urkel. Or Cyborg
Gunter.
Gunter. And I think this guy to Gunter's right, our left, I was looking at the credits earlier. This character's name is Beef.
Beef. Oh my gosh.
Yummy.
Which is just ridiculous. So we got pirates and security chasing these people through the tunnels, and the skeleton crew come across a room that they think at first is water, but then determined to be acid. They scan a sigil above the pool, and it says you have to put your or sacrifice your most valuable treasure or something, or not. What?
It doesn't say treasure because John said treasure. It's just
sacrifice the most important thing in your life.
That what you treasure.
That's
most.
it.
That's what you.
That's it.
Yes.
Yeah. So they throw one datary into the acid, and it triggers a chemical reaction which makes the acid retract and go into some, I don't know, tank somewhere. And there you see a bunch of skeletons lining the bottom of the pit, and they go down the stairs, which I don't know how whatever leftover funk is there is not eaten through the bottoms of their shoes. Or does Neil even wear shoes?
It'd be funny if he had hooves.
He must.
I think he does.
They showed him having some kind of, because they did that long shot of him and Wim walking down the street.
Yeah.
He has kind of just like sneakers or something.
right? So we end up in the treasure room, which a lot of people were speculating was going to be the treasure room at Atten, but clearly it's not. It's here.
One-Eyed Willie's pirate cave.
Yeah, it's a cross between One-Eyed Willie's pirate treasure and the Pirates of the Caribbean.
Kind of had some Indiana Jones vibe to it too.
Yeah, it's got a crystal skull temple thing going on even. Because
which a crystal skull appears in the Solo movie.
Yeah.
It's one of the props in the background.
Yeah. Allegedly.
Little jokes like that.
So Jod tells the kids to not touch anything, but find something that's out of the ordinary, and they might be able to find the data logs so they could get the coordinates. Oh yeah, that's why they're coming here, to get the coordinates to Atten. Did we not explain that? I might not have mentioned that. I was a little distracted.
It was implied from the last episode heavily.
Sure.
Yeah.
And every episode before then. They want to go home.
Last Blood. I've never seen Last Blood, Travis.
I've seen First Blood.
I've only seen Rambo 2 and the cartoon. Did you ever see the cartoon? Just check the cartoon out. It's
There's a cartoon.
Yeah, there's a Rambo cartoon. It lasted, I think it aired like 6 episodes. And then it got pulled. Because there was toys, because it was the 80s. So Neil finds a table full of food. Of course, Neil finds the food. And all the food's decomposing except for one roast. So he points that out. But while there's a little distraction there, Wim finds a little, like a pedestal with a lightsaber sitting on it. But he leaves it alone
for sure it
for now.
Booby trapped.
Right?
I thought for sure, like that's the one thing I would booby trap there.
So they get the data port opened up. SM-33 logs into it, gets the coordinates. Jod tells 33 to refill the pool with the acid because the pirates started banging on the door. So
that was funny.
At least a few of those pirates die. We do hear,
like, darn you, Jod.
yeah. No, they call him Silvo.
Silvo, yeah.
Because that's the name of it. In the subtitles it's Gunter yelling at Silvo. So it's safe to assume that Gunter survived. And I'm assuming probably the other two characters being Beef and Pocket, being all the named characters out of the pirates, survived that. The rest of the pirates are probably just bones now, if not less. But then once SM-33 has the data that they need, Jod decides to
let BlahBlah Binks down.
Yeah. But I did
He's a pirate.
I know, but I was just hoping,
I did skip one little thing. They do a little bit of a playback with a hologram of Captain Renaud. And Captain Renaud explains what the treasure of Atten is. And that is, spoiler alert. If you're not spoiled already.
Here's your last chance.
Is
Massive
the last
spoilers. Old Republic Mint.
Old Republic Mint.
I think he just says Republic, but
nope.
Yeah, that's what I was
Republic.
Okay.
And I am hoping it is actually the old Republic and not the High Republic.
Right.
That's a quite a big difference of time span,
But the thing
3,000
is,
to 5,000 years of isolation versus, if 150. Is that about right for when the
No, the Old Republic, like Knights of the Old Republic is
That's like
thousands.
10,000. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's what I'm saying. It's like 10,000. Like,
But the money that they have looks like, pre-galactic civil war. No, pre-Clone Wars. But yeah, he does say, yeah, no one knows. It is the last Old Republic mint.
mm-hmm.
So there's supposed to be a hologram there. I don't know why it's not showing up, but you can see that hat that he's wearing, the hologram,
Because he's flickering.
Is the same hat that Wim was wearing.
You don't really get a good facial.
No, there's no good facial on it because I was really hoping it was going to be Simon Pegg, just because.
Mm-hmm. It might still be.
It could still be. They could do something else with it. It did not. But it could have been him doing a voice. You know, you never know. So Jod, like we were saying, now knows what the treasure is. So he does his heel turn and challenges the captain to a duel to the death by the pirate's code. And of course, the child.
He was just waiting for the moment.
Yeah.
Like that since the time she kicked him off the bridge.
Yep.
Like, okay.
And he's, in all fairness, like, he is holding the knife backwards. It is dull edge to her throat, not the sharp edge.
He has the can opener side.
So it's threatening, but it's not. It's less likely for an accidental.
He's just trying to scare her because he keeps telling her to yield.
Right.
Just say it. All you have to do is say it.
And
she's stubborn.
That gives him the authority. Like, there's a little part of me that's thinking, well, maybe he's only doing this because he feels he needs to wrestle the power from her, because all she's been doing is slowing them down, because every thing that he says for them to do, there's pushback on. And if he was in charge,
they end up doing it, and then they end up doing it anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he's just
like, I want to.
He's just playing their pirate game. He's like, I'm tired. I'm done with this.
Like, he is really, he's going to be in charge because he's been in charge, even though like she like pushes back.
Yeah. He's tired of not being the grown up.
Yeah.
He's playing the game with the pirate game with the kids, but now they're actually legitimately in danger, and he has to take control.
Wrestle control.
And he feels like the only way he can take control is to play by their rules.
Yeah, I was thinking what angle he's got. So,
or he's just a total dickhead, like he, probably.
No, he's definitely a dickhead, but he might be doing it because he's like, this is how we're gonna get out of here.
Yeah,
that makes more sense. I mean, the conversation he had with Wim earlier in the episode made me be like, why would you even be nice? I mean, I get it, but he didn't have to walk up to Wim if he didn't kind of genuinely care. He could have just walked away and kept playing the game he was playing.
Yeah.
So, yeah, maybe there is a chance that he's not a complete dickhead.
It's the pirate code.
It's the pirate code.
I know.
Which is, according to the Pirates of the Caribbean, more of a loose guideline. Yeah.
Yeah. Than an actual like code.
Yeah. It's not really rules. It's just more like, But
I think that is kind of the point, though, is that we're at the point where the stakes are death.
Yeah.
So also he wants his money.
Yeah.
He wants the treasure.
Yeah, he's done.
So while he's holding Fern captive, Wim gets the lightsaber, turns it on, and it's pointing upside down. I was hoping he wasn't going to stick himself. Well, I kind of was.
Yeah, but that was kind of amazing, though.
Yeah, he turns it on.
The saber.
So the lightsaber hits the floor and flings itself out of his hands. and
there's gouges in the floor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a legit lightsaber. And when they do show a nice close up of the lightsaber, sorry, I'm looking for it. It looks to me like a High Republic lightsaber.
Mm-hmm.
So
yeah, it looks like an older.
It makes
code, but it checks out.
It makes kind of sense that Tak Renaud was a pirate captain during. Here we go. That screams High Republic to me.
Yeah, it's even golden colored.
Yeah, it's that like
Awesome.
that looks like a lightsaber that that Yord would have.
That looks like a lightsaber Luke would look down the barrel of.
Yeah, and just stab himself right in the face. But yeah. Yeah. So it's kind of funny. So now they've given a guy who can't really be trusted an ancient Jedi weapon, because like I don't know, do you think Jod would want to hang out at this place and try to loot this room for what it's worth? Or he knows those other pirates are right there. Is he going to try to get out of here? Because all that loot.
This is.
I mean, I know about loot.
This is way too civilized the planet.
Yeah,
that's kind of the issue. Is that like he knows he's on a resort town that even he's heard of. There's now a bounty hunter who's like turned him in, and then there's like literally the first mate of the pirate crew that he escaped from is now like at the door banging on it.
Yeah.
So he knows the bag is closing, so it's time to GTFO out of town.
Yep. Captain Brutus's men can deal with all this loot.
Mm-hmm. Don't want to get slowed down, not when there's an entire mint ahead.
Yeah. But will they have to at least they don't show them wipe out the information that's on the captain's log here. So if so I kind of skipped that part. When Neil found the fake food that turned out to be the lever that opened up the captain's log, he tried to stand on a stool that actually was a trapdoor. Mm-hmm. So the kids escape through a trapdoor in the floor, which we have no idea where it leads.
Mm-hmm.
And so the kids finally separated from Jod, and SM-33 is now works for Jod since he's the captain.
We do get a real look at a Jod though, like God damn it.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I don't.
Like everything was working out. Everything was working out. I'm now in charge. We're gonna get out of here, and this is smooth sailing from here on. Come on, kids.
Yeah.
Yep. He shouldn't have played that card.
I mean, not yet. Maybe he should have waited till they got back to their ship or something to try to pull. I mean, but I don't know what he's trying to do. Like you said, if he's trying to steal the treasure from that room, or he's.
Yeah, he just wanted the kids to stop second guessing everything he said.
Yeah. Yeah. Mm-hmm. And obviously doesn't know enough about kids that when that dynamic changed, they were like, okay, we're getting away from you because you're bad like we thought you were.
I would agree.
Again, it might be for their safety, you know.
Yeah.
But they don't know that.
Right.
Like if you're making second guesses with a bunch of like pirates right on your like ass, that ain't the move.
Yeah, if you think you're kind of just skating by and no one knows who you are or anything, but now he's got. Well, we had the security guard that stopped them on the bridge,
and then his
I think it was like 5. He gave 5 aliases for Jod.
I liked his Jod's complex plans for like dealing with security. It's like I'll go talk to him, and then like run. Just like that is what we're still doing. That is the current plan, is still run.
Yeah. That doesn't,
but
he doesn't seem very Jedi like when he's telling a bunch of people to run.
No. But I definitely think that is a more like he has the experience of like running.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that's how you end up with all those names, right?
Mm-hmm.
If you're constantly running from something, you can't be the same person that people heard about running away.
Yep.
No one's going to trust you to go follow through on anything.
Not when you leave your pals in
in a pit of leeches, or however he screwed over. It
doesn't even matter if that's literally or figuratively. Like the leeches, right. I mean,
like is her pile of leeches the same thing as the hive of scum of villainy?
Yeah, definitely could be.
Yeah. So. Yeah. So. At the end of the episode, Jod has a treasure room, coordinates to the Mint, or coordinates to Atten, and a lightsaber. And the kids have a fall down a dark tunnel. So there's only 3 episodes left. The next episode is directed by Bryce Dallas Howard. And
it's going to be a flashback episode.
Some of her Star Wars episodes are great, and some of them, one of them was in the season 3 of Mando that was not so hot.
Which one was that?
I think it's the Lizzo Jack Black episode.
I don't remember that one.
See,
the Black Jack episode.
Jack Black, yeah.
What
did I say?
Blackjack.
There was a game played in that, but it wasn't a card game.
You led with Lizzo, and that's the part that I was just like, who? And the
Jack Black and Lizzo. Is it better if I say it that way?
Yeah. I would know him definitely before I know her, but I mean, now I know who she is.
Okay. So yeah. So things happen. So yeah. Cool. Travis agrees with that theory. Thanks, Travis. He also brought up this theory and also weird coincidence. This is about Obi-Wan and Jod possibly being brothers. So,
and then they were actual roommates.
Yeah,
that's funny.
Yeah.
Oh, I highlighted them out of order. Sorry. But yeah. So yeah, it'd be interesting. I don't know if they would do that though.
Make a meta joke, you mean?
Yeah. I don't know. I don't know. Some people might not react to that very well, but you know, it's Star Wars fandom. People don't react to a lot of stuff very well.
No.
Yeah.
So yeah, one of the longer episodes that we've got so far, like I said at the beginning of the stream.
I wish they were always this long.
They should. I don't understand.
It felt
anything under 40 minutes, like full runtime. You know, aiming for 41, 45. Hey, you know, different strokes for different folks, brother.
I enjoyed it. It just got a lot of. I enjoyed it.
It got a lot of hate. No, I thought it was fun, but it got a lot of hate. There was that whole robot going crazy in the kitchen thing, but yeah,
the idea of because Jack Black plays a like kind of reformed imperial officer or like a regent, right? Because he falls in love with Lizzo, who like decides like, hey, we're gonna not.
Hey, spoilers, man. Jar Jar ain't. I mean, sorry, BlahBlah hasn't seen it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't see her ever watching that.
No, we'll get her. It's the Grogu show. She'll get around to it.
She definitely should watch the first season though. That one's great.
First 2 seasons are fantastic. Third season's got its moments. But yeah, I like the episode. One of the better ones of the season, I think. I can't wait to see what happens next week.
Yeah, it's definitely fallen into its groove. I like it.
Yep.
The kids are actually going to be
episode.
on their own, at least for a while, in the next episode.
They just got betrayed.
They don't have 33. They don't have Jod. They don't have any credits. They don't,
that we know of.
What are they going to do?
Lightsaber.
Yeah, no lightsaber. Wim's sad.
Yeah.
He finally gets a lightsaber and flips from his hands.
Immediately.
At least he didn't maim himself.
Yeah, that's true. He didn't even get one good swipe with it, though.
He didn't put his eye out.
Right? You put your eye out with that. Oh.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, it's it leaves us in a situation unlike the end of any other of the episodes. The kids are all on their own for real.
It definitely was higher stakes than Neil just passing out last week.
Right.
Yeah.
No little faint at the end.
No.
But he might be down there on the ground.
He might have fainted up from the drop.
Yep.
They did the thing where he ignites the lightsaber after it cuts to black. You hear the sound effect, but you don't see it.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
That was
Yeah.
funny, I guess.
So is he gonna have to like cut his way down through the tunnels? Like how's that?
No, he just has to activate the tunnel again. Just
jump on down too.
On the stool.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that's all he would really have to do if he wanted to chase after the kids. But he's got the coordinates at Atten. He doesn't need the kids anymore. Yeah. He's got SM-33. He's got the kids. Now,
but I'm wondering. The look on his face made me feel like he's not going to leave the kids behind.
He's out of there, guys. No remorse.
Maybe.
There's probably another. I'm sure this place has secret exits.
Mm-hmm.
Or he doesn't go back to find them, and when he gets to the ship, they're on it.
They're already
on it.
Yeah.
Like the hole that they get dropped in just drops them off right at the spa.
Right.
No, because they went below
down.
They went down, but there are repulsor lifts in the tunnel system, so they could go down to a point and then shoot back up.
Right, that's what I'm saying. That they're just gonna get the fast way to the ship.
That would be pretty funny.
At the place you call a spa.
Was this?
Spock.
Oh, was in the trailer, Travis?
Oh, that was what he thinks it was. Yeah, that definitely works too.
Yeah. I don't know. It's gonna be fun to see because there is some other scenes that are in the one of the trailers that looks like the Onyx Cinder being scrapped. I wonder if that's going to be the next episode or in a few more episodes.
Just after they cleaned it up? Dang.
If they cleaned it up. I don't know. That ramp looked a little clean. The deck looked a little clean. Who knows?
Mm-hmm.
They could have been getting it all bougie.
That little robot from WALL-E, the one that cleans.
Yeah.
I forgot what his name was.
WALL-E?
I don't remember his name either.
I don't know. Haven't seen that for quite a while.
We just watched it recently, but I still can't remember his name. So, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I remember watching the short with the antenna repair droid.
We watched that afterwards. Yes.
Oh yeah. What was his name?
I can't remember that either.
Now I can't remember his name either. It was like Rusty or something, or
that might have been it. But yeah. So
Mo.
Next week, the show comes out on New Year's Eve. I don't think any of us are going to be in a position to be on a YouTube on New Year's Day because we'll be recovering from New Year's Eve.
Mhm.
So we'll probably be back again about this time next week. Well, 2 hours ago next week, 7 o'clock, 7 o'clock-ish next Thursday is what we're aiming for. Hold on, Travis got another comment here. Probably going to end up going through the mud pipes. Oh no. Oh, what if he farts in the mud and then that thing he just swallowed pops back out? Oh no.
Not again.
Oh yeah, I mean, find out how that thing gets out. Yeah, no thanks.
Mhm.
But yeah, everybody who's here watching, thanks. Please like, share, subscribe, all that kind of stuff. May the force be with you, Nanu. And yeah.
Live long and prosper.
See y'all later.